Happy Tuesday. We need to talk today about Instagram. So this is like a huge passion of mine. I love Instagram. I am really big on Instagram. So today we want to give you some tips and tricks on how to get more engagement and more followers on your Instagram account.
Right. But this did come up because it was something that we were discussing at our Monday meeting, and we were like, ooh, we're talking about this? This would be a good topic for video.
Yeah.
So,
first and foremost, stock photos do not particularly perform very well on Instagram. There are times where stock photos are appropriate, especially if you're making like a cute graphic for something. But for the most part, stock photos are not what you want.
Right.
Faces. You want faces.
Faces. And along with the stock photo, again, they are appropriate. Sometimes they work.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if it's something that you are really wanting people to relate to, it makes it more difficult. And I know that the people are like, but sometimes they're so much prettier. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. People want to see real stuff. They want to see people. That's why Instagram requires photos. Make it personable. Make it personal.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it's a personal page or a business page.
Yeah.
People really like seeing you and what you're doing and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Get employees' faces on there. Get the owner's face on there a lot.
The owner's face a lot. Do you hear that, Shannon?
But yeah, just be really as interactive as you can be. Ask questions, talk about real things. And a lot of people will tell you that people don't read the comments or the descriptions on Instagram. That's super not true. It's very, very not true. If you have a good graphic or a good photo, they will look at that and they'll be like, okay, what's this about? And they'll read the description and they will interact with it.
So I know that there's a trend, and I know this because of my kids and their friends and stuff. They do not hashtag anything anymore at all. So personally, that's up to you if it's a personal post, your personal Instagram page. However, people do find and follow businesses because of hashtags. So if you are a business and you're Instagramming stuff, make sure that you're using hashtags. Hashtags that relate to the photo, hashtags that relate to your business, that relate to your industry, stuff that will make it so that people can find you, because that really is how people find a lot of businesses, big, small, home-based, doesn't matter what it is, that's how people find them. So even if you don't hashtag in your personal life, in your professional life,
Use the
hashtag away.
Going a little deeper into hashtags because I do love the hashtags.
Yes, she does.
You can put up to 30 hashtags in a post. Don't do that though. Okay. It is research has shown that about 10 to 12 hashtags is kind of the sweet spot. So definitely use hashtags. Don't just use 2 or 3. If you can get like around 10, that's right kind of at that sweet spot of people don't think you're annoying with hashtags, but people can find you because of the hashtags.
Right.
So about 10 to 12 is where you want to be. Also, when you're picking your hashtags, it's good to pick a variety of ones that have like millions of people hashtagging, using that hashtag, and then ones that have thousands or hundreds of thousands of people using that hashtag, because the millions is really good. A lot of people use it.
Like love.
Right.
Hashtag love would be in the millions.
Millions and millions. But it gets buried really, really fast.
Right.
So it's good, and you'll probably get a lot of interaction right when you post it. But it'll die out really quick. Whereas if you use some of those that are in the thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, they are a little less common, and they'll hang around in those feeds for a little bit longer, and so that'll kind of give you a little bit of residual as well. So it's good to use a combination of those. You don't want to really use hashtags that are like in the hundreds unless it's for like a specific campaign.
Right.
So,
or if you're, as many of us do, adding a hashtag just for the heck of it because it's this long and it's
just a silly hashtag.
it's just a fun, silly hashtag, yeah. And if you're struggling with hashtags to use, there are tools online that are dedicated to trending hashtags. You can literally Google what are trending wintertime hashtags on Instagram and you'll get a list. So if you're struggling, if you maybe don't know what hashtags to use, there's information available at your fingertips.
So we've talked about posting, we've talked about hashtags. Now is following. So when you're trying to get more followers, you really need to follow people to get more followers. You can run ads on Instagram, that is a thing. Typically you don't see a lot of additional followers based on those. You'll get a lot of interaction on those posts, but it's not like Facebook.
Right.
It's not the same as Facebook.
Right.
So the most effective way and cost efficient way, but it does take a lot of time, is to go out and follow people. You can, and just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
You can follow up to 150 people a day on Instagram. I wouldn't do that. If you can do that like in a week, that's probably okay. So unless you are like uber focused on trying to hit a follower goal, and you're doing it for a short stint, it's just not maintainable for the long run to follow that many people in a day typically. But if you can kind of shoot for that within a week, or even like 50 within a week, you probably will get a third to a fifth of those followers back. The more specific you can be with finding those people and finding the people that are most likely to follow you, the better that rate is going to be. So if you can find people through hashtags, or if you can find people who follow people similar to you, those types of things are where you kind of want to look for your followers.
And you can even start with, the people that follow you, looking at the people that they follow.
Yes.
Or the people that follow them to see if there's anything relevant. As you're following and interacting, or following, make sure that you're interacting. Whether it's liking other people's posts, liking people's comments on your posts.
Or even commenting.
Even commenting, yep, that was gonna be my third.
You had all your fingers.
Yep, I did, right there. Anyhow, but commenting, liking, commenting, whatever the case may be, if people are showing you love, show them love back.
Yes. Go through your feed and comment and like people's posts at least once a week. Go through, like other people's photos, comment on their photos, especially if it can be relevant to you. And don't sell them.
Right.
Don't say, oh, we have a product that could help you with this. Just, like, oh, hey, I love how you decorated your tree. That's so neat. Just things like that that will be kind and engaging. It'll get them to notice you more, especially those people that aren't following you yet.
Right. Because it's likely that they'll click through to see who you are.
Exactly.
But if you're salesy,
they won't. They'll actually, I delete those comments.
yeah,
I don't want your sales pitch on my post.
no.
I'm not selling for you. It's not what I'm doing.
Nope.
So I delete those. But if they're interactive, if they're fun, I leave them open.
Yeah.
There are your Instagram tips for this week. We hope you have a good rest of your week. Next week we'll be releasing bloopers in the spirit of Christmas.
That's right. And there were quite a few in this video alone, so
Enjoy.
bye everyone.
Bye.